Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Richard again, here for your PE for the day. Let's get started. Okay, let's do our 10 jumping jacks. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arm circles forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jumping 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And backwards. I'll give you a little trick. You jump when your arms are going up, that helps. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Front to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Playing your feet, tongue twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit new today. Kind of fun also for your warm-ups. We're going to use the lines on the floor. At your own house, you can use anything you want. Put a rope down on the floor for a line. You can just pretend there's a line there. You can put a piece of paper on the floor, whatever you want to jump over it, okay? But we're going to do some jumping exercises, and let's get going with those. Ready? So the first one is going to be front to back. So the line's right in front of you. All I'm going to do is jump over it and back. And stay up on your toes, okay? Keep your calf muscles nice and tight and strong. Ready, you're going to do 20 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. We do side to side now, same thing. 20 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. Okay, we're going to do one a little bit tougher. We're going to do a crisscross, okay? And same 20, we're going to do criss our legs just back and forth over the line, okay? Now, what I want you guys to try to do is, it's hard to see the video, I know, but when you crisscross, there's 1, back to normal, and now this time your other leg goes forwards. 2. See, the other side, this leg is forwards, and when I go back, my other leg is forwards. Okay, so like this, we'll do 20 of them. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. Okay. Not too difficult, but the crisscross one can be kind of tough. All right, so let's get into some other fun things we're going to do today. So also for warm-up, we're going to do, instead of animals today, okay, we're going to do an actual song, okay, called, which you know what it is. It's the Hkipki. So if you don't know what it is, they're going to play at weddings your entire life, okay? So you need to know how to do this dance. It is essential as far as being a kid and being able to grow up and making sure you're dancing at weddings because it's fun. Okay, here it is. Ready? Oh, let's start from the beginning. How about that?
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Right arm, you put your right arm in, you put your right arm out, you put your right arm in, and you shake it all about. Left arm, you put your left arm in, you put out. Right hip. You put your right hip in. You put your right hip out. You put your right hip in. And you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hip in, you put your left hip out, you put your left hip in, and you shake it all about. Whole self. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self in, you put your whole self in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Backside. You put your backside in, you put your backside out, you put your backside in, and then you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You do the hokey pokey. The hokey pokey. That's right. The hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. You got it.
Whew. Okay, there you go. Hokey Pokey. Gotta love it. It's one of my favorite songs. Self-explanatory. Lots of fun, lots of moving. And so pretty much everywhere you go to, there's going to be a Hokey Pokey. And I want you to dance at it. Okay. All right, so let's get to, that's a good one. Let's do a fun challenge. This is for your abs, okay? Since we didn't do push-ups yet, well, let's do a push-ups first then. Let's do that. Okay, so let's do a push-up for today, okay? It's a kind of, it can be a tough push-up. Okay, where you put your arms out in front of you like so. And not that far, but the idea is to eventually be able to do it. They call it the hardest push-up in the world because it is pretty tough. Okay, but I don't want you to do it this tough, but the end goal is eventually, when you get old like me, maybe a little younger, to be able to do this, okay? Both arms way out in front. Make sure my toes are slippery. This, okay? And then you'll be able to do a push-up. This is really hard. I think anyone can do this, but the end goal is years from now to be able to try this, okay? It's like this. That's really hard. I hardly move as I'm going around, but it's quite tough. You're not going to do that, but you are going to bring your hands forward just a little bit. So you're going to start with a regular push-up, okay? And then in a regular push-up, your hands are right underneath your shoulders, okay? But this time, you can put your hands forwards just a little bit. Okay, so this is normal. Okay, this is forwards a little bit. Makes it way harder. Okay, so you're probably gonna do it from your knees. Okay, I don't care if you do it from your knees or your toes. Again, this is normal. This is way harder. Okay, so from your knees or toes, doesn't matter. We're gonna try and do 10 of them. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it gets hard, you can do it from your knees. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Again, knees or toes, either way, it's still pretty difficult. All right, so a fun challenge today is it's a straight leg chair challenge. Not the hard one we did last time, but it'll be like this. So you can use almost any chair for this one. Make sure that it's a stable, the arms on the chair are stable. This one is a pretty old chair, still works. Okay, this is what I have in my office. So the idea is you're gonna keep your legs straight like this and be able to hold them straight while your bottom is off the chair. Don't forget, this is just a challenge. It's just something fun to do. I don't expect you guys to be able to do this, but I want you to just try, just because it's fun. Okay, so most likely, a lot of you are gonna do something like this. You're gonna come here, maybe you're gonna start up like this, and then try to keep your legs up and try to look for you guys. Look like this. Okay, come here. Okay, you're gonna try to keep them up in the air before they come back down again. Okay, again, my arms are gonna be on the side of the chair. And it's easier, instead of doing a dip like this, okay, you can try like this. It's pretty, keep your legs out first, then go up. Okay, that's pretty tough. But it's easier if our arms are straight first, okay? And And then try and keep your legs up and hold them there like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just 5 seconds. Really hard, okay? It's a really good core exercise. Again, all I want you to do is practice it. Just try it. Start with your arms straight and kick your legs up, and eventually you'll be able to hold it for just 1 second, then 2 seconds, then 3, then 4, then 5. So maybe 6 months from now, you can do this on your own. Okay? Get arms straight. You're gonna kick your legs up and try and hold it. For you guys, it'll look like this. From here. Okay, it's pretty tough. Try it. And then eventually, when you kick it up, you can hold it like this. 1 second, 2 seconds, okay. And then the goal is eventually, come here, kick up. You're gonna be able to hold it. Okay? So that's your challenge. Now, if you are in gymnastics, you can probably, or you've tried to do this already in gymnastics. Some of you might be able to. I used to coach gymnastics, that's why I know this one. So it's a little bit harder from the floor. But if you don't have a good chair to do it from, you can test it on the floor. It's harder in the sense that you have to lift your arms up more off the ground in order to do it. So I'll show you. So you can do the same thing from the ground. My arms are too short, so actually I have to go up on my palms, or maybe like base of my fingers, in order to get myself off the ground. Okay. Then legs straight, pointing toes going to makes it a little easier, I think. Okay. And try and get that gluteus maximus off the ground just slightly while keeping your legs straight. Looks like this. Okay. Okay. If you have no chair, just do it from the ground. Again, eventually it'll look more like you're just gonna be hopping off the ground, your legs off the ground for 1 second, and then eventually you'll hold it. Looks like, so again, most of you do something like this. So you come here. If you could draw like this, but my arms are just too short, I can't get off the ground. Okay, I have to go, and stuff like this, I have to go up a little bit. Again, most of you look like this. You come here, you're gonna go, and eventually you'll be able to hold for a little longer. Again, the challenge would be to go like this, legs off the ground. See if you can hold it. Okay, that's a tough one. Again, just for you to try, and increase that arm strength / core strength in your abs. And the next one is a challenge that you can probably all do. Okay, it's a cross leg stand-up challenge. And I want you to just try this. Okay. So the rule is this: you have to go cross-legged and then be able to stand up without touching your hands to the ground or touching anything else. So it'll look like this. I have a mat because just in case you fall or who knows what it can be. You can do it from the ground if you want to. Again, you're gonna probably lean forward a little bit. Again, cross-legged. You gotta lean forward and then try and stand up. Okay, without using anything else. Cross-leg stand-up challenge, which hopefully you can all do. As you get older and less flexible, it's a little more challenging. So the cross-leg stand-up, the chair challenge, or the straight leg chair challenge. Now we're going to continue something that we started earlier, I think a couple weeks ago, is juggling again. Don't expect you to be able to juggle at all, but we're just going to work on catching and throwing. Catching and throwing using that hand-eye coordination. Once you get better at just catching and throwing, the first things we're going to do is just this. Okay, I'm using beanbags because it's easier to throw beanbags and catch beanbags. Plus, if it's a ball, it bounces and rolls across the ground. They are going to catch it. So for this instance, you can use whatever you have in your house. You can even take a sock and put something in a sock so it doesn't maybe bounce as high, or whatever it happens to be. Just use something that's somewhat similar in size and weight to throw and catch. But for you guys, just to start, looks like this. All you're gonna do, okay, is you're gonna try. We'll start with just one. You're gonna try and throw consistently from one hand. Let's look at this. All you're gonna come here is go like this. Start small like this. It's hard to see if the background isn't. Little tiny throws. I'll come here. Just little throws like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I missed that 5, so I can only catch 4. No big deal. Okay, again, small throws first until you get better and better at it. So you're gonna start small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you're able to get 10 successful throws and catches in a row, then you can try a little bit higher. It's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I dropped it at number 7. That's okay. Try one more time at that little bit higher level. So instead of going small throws like this, is pretty easy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you got that one. Let's go a little higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Now let's go one more level higher. You're gonna try and get it above, just above your eye level. Okay. So in the video you can see it pretty easy. Ready? Set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. You got it. All right, now, once you're able to catch 10 with a little bit higher, again, it's difficult. This might take you an hour just to do that part. That's totally fine. We're just learning. Okay, that's the whole idea. So if you're able to get those catches back and forth to every other hand, now we're going to make it a little more challenging right for this. Now I have 2 different ones just so you can see the difference. Okay, so you're going to go 2 at a time. You don't even do this while you're juggling. This is, I would say, even harder than juggling just this part. With 2 of them, I'm going to try and switch hands. I'm going to go. Whoa, ready? Try again. 2, 3. Whoa, oh, I almost dropped it. 4, 5, 6. Or you can even try like this. This is actually easier. Go from here. Switch hands. Switch hands. It's going to go in a circle like this. And you would throw another one. Now, what this is doing is just preparing your mind, because it's easy to switch. It's easy to go like this and just put it from one hand to the other hand. But now you got to do it while you're throwing one. I think you can all do this. It's pretty tough. You got to just throw with one hand, throw it, and switch the other hand. Throw, switch the other hand. Okay. Now, just doing these things really hard. Practice these on your own. If you want to, with a brother or sister or a mom or dad or grandpa or a friend, just try and throw it back and forth to a friend. Okay. You catch it, they catch it. You use one hand and use 2 hands. Just catching it with 2 hands to start with. Okay, even just go like this, throwing and catching it. Okay, works your hand-eye coordination. So, with a friend, brother, sister, try throwing and catching with just one hand. And then once you can do it with just one hand, we'll switch hands. Okay, but the important part is that I want you to have success doing this. So what that means is, if right now with some kindergartners can just go like this and throw and catch it with 2 hands 10 times. Okay, that's the goal, is to get 10. Once you're able to get 10, then you can do another harder challenge. Like, we'll start with the easiest one first. Okay, again, 2 hands, throw and catch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next harder one would be just throwing a little higher, still using 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. Once you can throw it pretty high and still catch it with both hands, they can do it with 2 hands. Throwing back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, or just using one hand again. Throw it up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a little higher. Okay. So you can use a progression of throws. 2 hands, then 1 hand, then switch hands, and be throwing back and forth to a partner. And eventually the end goal which is pretty tough. I think I learned to juggle when I was, well, pretty young because my mom got me juggling beanbags specifically for learn how to juggle. And I want to say I was 8, maybe 9. I think probably 8, and I could juggle. But it took me hours and hours of being able to practice this. Okay, it's not as hard as it looks cooler than it actually is. Again, 2 in one hand, one other hand, and I'll go slow. Just throwing it from one hand to the other hand. That's all you're doing. Throw it one hand to the other hand. I don't know if you guys can take this video and put it in slow-mo. Well, I know on YouTube you can. You can change the settings to watch it go slow if you want to. Okay? And I'll go back and listen a little bit easier so it's easier for you to see anyway. Okay? All I'm doing is throwing from one hand, catching the other hand. Before I catch one, I have to throw the other one. Okay? I know you can put it in slow-mo if you want to. Again, it's not as hard as it looks. All I'm doing is throwing from one hand to the other hand. Okay, so essentially all I'm doing is this. And that's all I'm really doing. But it's just with just 2 of them. So I'm throwing 1 at a time. Not even throwing 2 at a time. I'm just throwing 1. See, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just throwing one hand at a time. What can be easier for you is instead of using a bean bag, which I think is the easiest to do, you can use like some kind of cloth. Okay, throw a cloth up and catch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cloth can be easy to catch because it moves slower through the air. You can use balloons if you want to. That'd be easy to learn and throw and catch. Some people actually can juggle with the cloth themselves. I think it's actually maybe a little harder because I just think it is, but you can still juggle with just the cloth. Come here. Okay, it's a little harder to control. I'm not sure why it is, but some cloths work better as far as the amount the high, the rate they go up, the rate they fall up and down. And so this is still doable. I think it's a little harder. Some people like these even better, but maybe if they were different cloth, they work better. But so either way, you're gonna work on your juggling, but before juggling, just the hand-eye coordination of catching and throwing each hand. Have fun with it. Use a friend. Use a brother, sister, mom, dad, parent, or grandparent, grandma, grandpa, whatever you will like. Okay, so have fun with this one. Let's learn a little something different today. All right, so some of you may know this from last year, hopefully. Okay, so for your knowledge content, let's see. This right here would be your bicep muscle. And under your bicep muscle, you have a tricep muscle. The reason it's called a bicep is because there's 2 muscles that make up the bicep. Okay, how many wheels are on your bicycle? 2. All right, so the bicep muscle has 2 muscles that make it up. Okay, you actually you can feel the tendons in there. If you reach in there, you can feel those 2 tendons. It's kind of gross, but you can feel those 2 tendons that make it up. The tricep, okay, is the muscle underneath your bicep on the bottom side of your arm here. It's called a tricep because it's made up of how many muscles do you think? Okay, I know some of you can recall from last year, but if you're a kindergarten student, you're new, see if you can figure it out. How many horns does a triceratops have? Well, how many wheels does a tricycle have? That means how many muscles make up your tricep. Okay, so bicep, tricep, you know why. All right, have fun with the throwing and catching. And maybe a cool move from which we did the last class as well. And I will see you guys next class. Adios.